Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy. Welcome back to the episode of Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. In the previous video, we found a very dastardly something. It was, in fact, the missing man Ramon inside a body bag being held around by some strange man. In a few moments, though, we saw Ramon turn up perfectly fine and perfectly alive. Isn't that odd? So, we have a larger mystery on our hands, larger than the mysteries we've gotten at thus far. In today's video, we're going to return to the manor in order to speak with Chelmy, because he has, apparently, something to tell us. So we will go and see what he's got going on. Well, if it's in Claudia out and about, and that reminds me of a puzzle, give it a try, my boy. Okay, puzzle number 60, Weighing Cats. There are 3 different colors of plush cats right before you. The color of cat choice denotes their weight. Examples 1 and 2 show their relative weights. You have 3 red cats and 4 black cats loaded on one side of the scale. On the other side of the scale, there are 4 white cats and 1 black cat. Given this setup, will the scale tip left, tip right, or stay level? Tap an answer on your screen. Alright, so, judging by what we've got going on here, we have to figure out the weight of a cat. Alright, so the best way to do this, I think, is with math. So I'll say, let's actually clear this. 4W, as you can see, is equal to 5B. That stands for white and black cats. And then W plus 2B is equal to 3R. And what you can do with that is set up a system of equations. If you absolutely wanted to, you could find the weight of each and every cat. But as you can see, we have 3 red here. So on the left side, we have W plus 2B. And that we also have 4B. So boom. On the right, we have these 4 white cats, which is 5 black cats, plus black cat. So what we have is 6 black and a white versus 6 black. That means, of course, it will tip to the left. There we are. Because, you know, no matter what the white cat weighs, it weighs more than nothing. That's how I would figure that out. It's excellent. If you replace the red cats and white cats with black ones, the puzzle becomes much simpler. Once you make the replacement, you'll have 6 black cats on the right and 6 black cats plus a white one on the left. Thus, the scale must tip to the left. There we go. Once you realize you need to look at things, how you need to look at things, it's not a terribly difficult problem, now is it? No, and that's actually fun. I love the little math ones. Little math ones are fun for me. Okay, we need to meet Inspector Chelmy on the 2nd floor of the manor, where he always hangs out. Are you trying to poison me? What are these vile things? You oaf, some butler you are.
I'm so sorry, sir.
I detest sweets. The very sight of them turns my stomach. Get that plate out of here at once.
Oh yes, but of course.
Huh? Ah, Layton, there you are. You requested our presence, Inspector Chelmy. My sources tell me you've been snooping around interfering with my case. Just what are you up to? It certainly wasn't my intention to interfere with your case. However, a few things just don't make sense. Leave the investigating to the police and go chase after that golden apple or whatever it is. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. I'll find Simon's killer. Of that you can be sure. Now, unless you have something to say, I've got work to do here. Understood. Good day, sir. The inspector has some nerve dismissing us like that. Like I said before, I don't like him one bit. What do you say we go ask Ramon about yesterday, Luke? I think that's a wonderful idea. We have to, of course, make our way to Ramon, but let's chat with these people up here first, then get some puzzles. Oh, Professor, you simply must have to help me. I've got another puzzle in my hands I just can't solve. As a man of the world, you know there's nothing women find more alluring than competence. I'm counting on you, sir. Don't doom me to an eternal bachelorhood. We will help you, Gordon, with pinboard shapes. Alright. The cross shape on the pinboard below has 9 pins outside it and 9 pins inside it and 16 outside it. Remember that example, because now it's your turn to construct a shape on the board. Can you create a cross that has 17 pins inside and 16 outside it? Feel free to make your cross any size you like. Alright, we're ready to solve this puzzle now. All you need to do is have a shape that takes up the proper amount of the pins. I believe there's only one solution. Ah, darn. That was the solution, and I just erased it. There's usually only one solution for puzzles like this. Sometimes the game will give you puzzles with multiple solutions. I'm not usually... I keep trying to enter annotate mode. I promise. I promise I'm trying to enter annotate mode because I want to count. I want to show you guys all that I know. Okay. On the outside, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 2 down here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Don't want to be on arrows. And inside we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The exact solution we are after. There it is. Voila. Correct. Perfect. That's right. The puzzle is cinched once you figure out that the cross needs to be placed diagonally on the board. Sometimes the only thing you need to think to solve a puzzle is to think creatively. Very true. Thanks, old boy. This puzzle solved. I feel as I am drawn one step closer to the altar. Wall clock for Layton. Okay. And we'll, of course, speak with Dahlia as well. Oh, Professor, how unfortunate that you're here at a time like this. I have a favor to ask of you. Please, madam, ask away. I'm happy to come to your aid in any way I can. Thank you, Professor. Could you solve this puzzle for me? If I'm not feeling up to the challenge, it won't solve itself. That, of course, is puzzle number 63. How old is Mom? We've solved how old is Dad, and now it's time to solve how old is Mom. A father and son are having a conversation. The father turns to the son and says, "You know, son, there was a time when your old man was twice the age of your mother. Of course, the next year, I was only 1.5 times her age. But still, that's pretty amazing, huh? If your father is 44 years old, how old is the mother?" There is one time where this makes sense, and that is if the mother was 1 and the father was 2. 1 times 2 is equal to 2. There's our twice your age. The next year, of course, we had 2 and 3. And if you work with this, you can see that 3 times 1.5. 2 times 1.5 is equal to 3, which means the mother is a year below the father. So the mother is 43 years of age. A very close age for 2 people to be married at. There we are. Voila. That's right, the mother's 43 years old. When the boy's father was 2 years old, the mother was 1. The next year he turned 3 and she turned 2. When he realizes the only combination of ages that yield the ratios mentioned in the problem, everything starts to make sense. Indeed. What a relief. I can finally stop thinking about that silly puzzle. Have my thanks. And also your painting. Just shoving it all in Layton's room. Alright, tell me. Mr. Layton, you have some skill solving puzzles, yes? I once cracked a case by solving a puzzle left behind on a note I found hidden at the crime scene. Let's see how you fare against it. Puzzle number 62, the mysterious note. A detective who was mere days from cracking international smuggling ring has suddenly gone missing. While inspecting his last known location, you find a note. The note appears to be nothing more than a series of numbers, but your gut instincts tells you this note will reveal the name of the crime kingpin. Currently, there are 3 suspects in the case: Bill, John, and Todd. Can you break the detective's code and find the criminal's name? You definitely can! This is actually very easy. All you need to do is rotate your head. Do it, or rotate your device if you're watching on something small. You need to look at it upside down. These aren't numbers. It's very poorly written words. What you see there is Bill is boss. He sells oil. Bill? Oh, I gotta draw a circle around him. You're going to jail, Bill. You are boss, and you sell oil. Don't really know what that means, but I'm not a detective. I'm just a guy who plays video games. That's right. If you flip the note upside down, you'll notice that the numbers resemble letters, and those letters form legible sentences. The message recorded there is Bill is boss. He sells oil. Okay. Impressive, Mr. Layton. It seems the rumors touting your skills weren't totally unfounded. But don't go getting any ideas. Do the smart thing and leave the detective work to me. In the meantime, you can occupy yourself by searching for the golden apple. You know, we ought to actually begin looking for the golden apple at some point. Alright, we're going to now go check in on Ramon. We're going to make our way. I believe he would be hanging out right here. Hello, Ramon. Good to see you. Good day, Ramon. How are you feeling today? Fit as a fiddle now, Professor. Perhaps even as vivacious as a violin. Ooh-hoo. That awful fatigue from last week seems like it never happened. As you can see, I'm bursting with energy and my skin is soft as a baby's. I feel like a teenager again. Is that so? That's good to hear. He doesn't seem to remember what happened yesterday, does he? He has no idea what happened. So what's our next move? We shall respect the inspector's wishes and leave the murder case alone, Luke. It's as Inspector Chelmy said, solving crime is the police's job. Besides, something tells me that this case and the golden apple are more related than we suspected. That's the intuition of yours talking again, isn't it, Professor? First and foremost, we need to find a clue that brings us closer to the golden apple. Perhaps one of Baron Reinhold's relations or close friends can help point us in the right direction. Of course, there's also someone else. Let's see if the family butler has anything to say on the subject. A wonderful idea. Chapter 5, The Hunt Begins! It's finally time to start the search for the golden apple. Explore St. Mystere for clues. I will not save my progress, I am recording. And I think we got away scot-free without any puzzles being left behind in Chapter 4. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, what a lovely experience. We're going to go and talk with Matthew in just a moment. I just wanted to check around a little bit. I don't believe there's anyone new to chat with. Aha. Oh, this time I've really had it. I thought up this great puzzle, but now I can't find anyone to tell it to. Okay, Polly. Puzzle number 76, a tile square. You have at your disposal a large number of tiles like the one shown below. If you were to take these tiles and try and make a square, what's the fewest number of tiles you would need? So this puzzle is actually a bit of a trick. The only way you can get this to be a square that makes everyone happy is if you stack them like this, to where this is the length right there, the 0.5. So if you were to gather the number that we need, you could get a square based on the thickness instead of making a square based on like placing them on a wall. That number, of course, is 20. If we had 20, we would have the bottom side be 10 because 20 divided by 2 or 20 times 0.5 is 10. And then we, of course, have the given length as well. Good work. The key to solving this problem is realizing that the tiles have depth to them. Once you understand that you have a third dimension to work with, the rest should fall into place for you. Right, so as you can see, the height of 12 inches sort of becomes irrelevant. You just work with the 10 and the 10. Oh, come on! I was ready to tell you the answer and everything. But no, you had to go and ruin it by answering before I had the okay, didn't you? Didn't you? Have you ever considered the strong possibility it might be a jerk? Sorry, Polly. Sorry. Teehee, who are you looking for this time? Want to rest for the minute and solve a puzzle? Certainly, puzzle number 77, which job? Two corporations have put up a help wanted ad. Aside from the information below, the two companies' offers are exactly the same. Purely from a financial standpoint, which one should you work for? Company A will give you $100 a year and give you a $20,000 raise annually. Or yearly. Annually, yearly, same thing. Company B will pay you $50,000 every 6 months and give you a $5,000 raise every 6 months. Okay. You ever do these problems in math class? They're very popular in math class. And eventually you raise a certain intuition to where you should always pick the one that looks worse. B is the answer. If you just have the intuition of knowing that always the best offer ends up being the worst one. Let's find out why. Nice one. As seen in the image below, if you actually calculate things out, you'll see that the salary from Company B will always be $5,000 higher than the corresponding salary at Company A. Very cool. Of course, if Company A has better business practices, then you'll go with Company A. Oh, you did it, okay. I guess I should give you some info as a reward. You know Lady Dahlia, right? She's planning on keeping the fortune to herself once it's found. And you've been helping her all along. Don't you feel so dumb? Teehee. Very interesting. Lady Dahlia is planning on keeping all the money for herself, and that is apparently common knowledge. How bizarre. Okay, we're gonna end off this episode by talking to Matthew, the end quest of this little entrance to Chapter 5. Hello, Matthew.
Back so soon, Professor?
Matthew, I was wondering if you knew anything that could point us in the direction of the golden apple. Anything you know would be great help. For example, did Baron say anything before he passed away?
I'm so sorry to disappoint you, Professor, but the Master never said anything of the sort to me. I'd very much like to help you in your search, but my duties here prevent me from leaving the grounds. If only Ingrid was around to provide some assistance.
I beg your pardon, sir? Ingrid?
It's been years since she left, but Ingrid used to work here as a servant in the mansion. She was Flora's nurse, and she often helped with my work.
Matthew!
Yes, madam. Be right there. Please excuse me, sir. The lady of the house is calling me. If you're curious about Ingrid, why not pay her a visit and talk to her yourself? Let's see. At this time of day, I'd imagine she's out walking by the general store. Please do me a favor and tell her that Matthew sends his regards. Certainly. I'll be sure to pass along your message. Thank you for all your help, Matthew. Isn't Ingrid that sweet old lady we passed by before? Indeed. We also saw her in that picture of young Flora. Come on, Luke. Let's go find the old girl. Oh, well, off we go, then. The general store is just outside the mansion, right? We'll be there in no time. Be there in no time. We will. That is not a real sentence. We're gonna end off this video here, though. We'll have to find Ingrid in the next episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys see my videos around. And I'll catch you guys back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.